everybody, welcome back. I'm so glad that you stopped by today because in today's video I'm going to talk about personal growth. This is probably one of the top topics, top issues or challenges that comes up in therapy. So I would like to talk about that today. I know that sometimes it's hard to get your personal growth journey started because you know that there are probably maybe 2 or 3 or 4 areas that you know that you want to grow in, but you're just not sure of how to start, when to start. Should I start 1? Should I start 2? I think it's all about narrowing down your focus and drawing out a game plan as to why, some of the goals are important to you. So that's the first step. You have to narrow down your focus. And the way that you narrow down your focus is by making your goals SMART. So if you've ever been in therapy before, one of the number 1 rules in treatment planning is to help our clients develop SMART goals. SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic or relevant. I like to use realistic, and time bound. So that's your definition of a SMART goal. So whenever you're thinking about the areas that you want to level up in life, and you also want to make sure that you understand the importance of why you want to change these areas and how it's going to benefit your life, you have to make sure that these goals are SMART. So number 1, narrowing down your focus. I remember when I got started on one of my areas in life, which is gardening. I knew that once I bought my house, I wanted to plant a garden. I just wanted it to be an illustrious garden, right? And I started off with seeds and little shrubs and all of that. And I was just like so eager, waiting to see like what was going to happen, like how long is this going to take, to grow. And the growth process, it can take quite a while. So don't be discouraged. Give yourself grace because there is growth happening in the background, in the places, where you cannot see. So say for instance, when it does come to gardening, right? If you're planting from seed or from a small baby, shrub, there's things happening in the soil. Is gathering nutrients from the soil, from the rain water, from the sun. That is all contributing to that plant's growth process. And you can't see it, but it's happening. And it's the same thing with you. There are going to be some things that you have to let nurture you, that you have to get rooted in. And those things are discipline, drive, focus, and commitment. These are things that's going to nourish you in the goals that you want to attain. Number 2, you must embrace new learning and developing skills to help you in whatever area you're trying to grow in. So like they say, I know it's cliche, but reading is really fundamental. You know what I'm saying? Reading is fundamental. You have to read. Like I don't even know how people get by without reading on a different topic or subject, or learning about different cultures or the world or what have you. I would be lost and stuck, if I didn't read. And I'm an avid reader. My genre of choice is particularly spirituality and philosophy. Fiction is cool. You can always gain, different perspectives from fiction. I like a good little, murder mystery, here and there, a good little romance novel when I'm on vacation. But I would suggest and encourage you, when you're trying to dig deep, really get to know yourself, where you're at in life. You have specific areas that you're trying to grow in. You have to set intention on finding good reading material that relates to you. One of the authors that really kind of, changed the trajectory in my life and my own personal growth journey was Miguel Ruiz. You may have heard of this author. He wrote the 5 Level of Attachments, the 4 Agreements. I'll put it in the description along with the 2 books that I read by him, and it really changed my perspective, on things. During a time where I was engaging in self, discovery or rediscovery or what have you. Of course, I also read the Bible in completion just a couple of years ago. And I'm a type of person where I have to have the larger concept of a book. So of course, throughout my life, I read different, chapters and verses and all of that in the Bible. But it wasn't until I actually sat down and read the Bible from beginning to end that it truly served me. And then the Bible kind of hit different when you get to your 40s. So that could have been a thing too. But you have to choose some good reading material. Like I said, fiction is cool, but spending time in the spirituality section, the philosophy section, the self-help section, those are all good places to start. And if that isn't narrow enough for you, you can, say for instance, get on Gemini or ChatGPT and put in what are the top 5 books, what are the top self-help books, the top 5 books out there regarding weight loss. You may be starting a weight loss journey, right? So you want to you have to tell AI what to do, how to think. AI is not like this perfect, I don't think AI has gotten there, but AI, you do have to specifically tell it what you want to search for and do for you. So you got to even be specific with AI. Also, if you are a person who I would say is a person who wants to engage a little bit more, maybe you're like, okay, well, reading is cool and all of that, but I want to specifically engage in something I'm a more hands-on, type of person. I think I'm a hands-on learner. Then there's all kind of information out there from your fellow YouTubers. Maybe they have been experiencing the same thing in certain areas, and maybe they may have, a course that you can get. There's all type of courses out there, workbooks. There are events, that you could go to, social networking events, places where you can feel like you're engaging. There's community college coursework. Sometimes they may have different interest topics there, groups that you can join, anything that's going to elevate, to help you grow in the area that you are wanting to improve in. Number three is a big one. It's building self-awareness. You have to get in touch with who we are. So we have to start canceling out or draining out the noise. In order for you to really focus and concentrate on, who you are, you may possibly have to do things like, take a digital detox, spend a little bit more time to yourself with your thoughts, journaling. I'm not necessarily saying that you have to just totally isolate yourself, but if you're the type of person where you get overstimulated easily and it's hard for you to focus, and that there are areas, that you want to grow in, maybe spending a little bit more time, to yourself so you could actually hear your own thoughts and journal your thoughts in the way that you're experiencing life. That is definitely something that you would have to work on in your personal growth journey. One way that you can start to build self-awareness is, like I said, through the process of journaling. Now, when it comes to journaling, it's just not all about just writing down your thoughts. It's about also challenging your thoughts. So say for instance, you may have, been in a escalated, argument or debate or or something happened and you felt totally bad about it and you feel like maybe you want to resolve it, or maybe it could have went a different way. Testing, a good point of reference with testing your thought would be write down the situation and then also write down how the situation possibly could have went a little bit differently if you changed your response or your action towards it. This is something that we do in, say, for instance, cognitive behavioral therapy, which is CBT. You may have heard of cognitive behavioral therapy. Maybe you're already in therapy, or you went on a practice website and you came across the theoretical approach CBT that helps a client to identify possibly some irrational thought patterns or negative thought patterns that may be impacting their mood, and then how that mood impacts their behavior. And so if you want to take a deeper dive into self-awareness, you've tried the journaling thing on your own and that's all great. Maybe it helped you, but you're still feeling like, I don't know. I think I need a little bit more. Either you could get with a trusted mentor, a friend, someone that is going to hold you accountable. If you feel like, no, I don't have a trusted friend, then hey, a therapist such as myself could help you and guide you through the process and keep you honest, during the process. One of the philosophers, of course, that I think about when it comes to self-awareness is Socrates. He says to know thyself. It was a part of his core, philosophical principle, because even Socrates knew, if you don't know yourself, then you don't really have a sense of identity. You're not rooted in your uniqueness. That's what knowing yourself is about, because once you know all of that, then it contributes to your drive and your motivation, because now in your mind you're thinking, hey, I got something going on, I'm unique, I have a purpose in life, and I'm gonna get out there and find my purpose and see, and explore the different areas, of me, and I have to grow, in certain areas. So, and the way that you grow is by consistently trying to get to know yourself, getting to know yourself in social situations, getting to know how you respond to critique, constructive criticism, knowing those things, testing your thought pattern. Now, once you truly know who you are, and your strengths and your weaknesses and what you may react to and what you're triggered by, once you recognize it, then that's when you get into the deeper work, the good work of, okay, now I know myself, and now I know how to control, certain behaviors, or now I know how to stop and observe and listen and not, be as reactive. Now you're getting into, okay, now I'm gaining a sense of control, of myself, and having a sense of control can save you in a lot of, situations. It could help you to ease back, take a step back, slow down, and think about some things before you react or execute, on a certain goal or a mission that you're setting out on, or, anything. Knowing yourself gives you better control. Number 4, you have to prioritize your physical, spiritual, and mental well-being. Those are top level. You have to prioritize those things. Those are your 3 pillars, right? I just got through describing your foundation, your soil, commitment, drive, focus, determination. Those are things that's gonna give you that propellant, you're rooted in that. And then your 3 pillars, making sure that you're spiritually fit, your feeling mentally, stable, and then also feeling healthy. Knowing that you're healthy is kind of like your pillars of truth, right? That's going to continuously help you and help you, stand firm while you're getting out there trying to make sure that you're developing. So this includes, of course, getting proper rest, nutrition, sleep, and spending time with God in the way that you choose to spend time with God. And lastly, number 5, building a supportive network. Everybody has to have a supportive network. Like how my dad says, like, no man should be an island. You cannot isolate yourself. Even though you may have to cancel out some noise here and there to, get your mind right, you do need people that's going to be encouraging and motivating to you. And that's going to be in your corner, especially when things, get pretty tough. So you do need a social network. Now, if you say, Ashley, you know what? My network is just not networking. Okay. The people that I'm around, I think I'm outgrowing them. They just don't do it for me anymore. I'm not learning anything. They doing the same old. I'm trying to go in this direction. If you feel like that, don't worry. There are people you will find your tribe. The more and more you delve into your personal growth in the areas that you're trying to build in, you'll find it. So say for instance, you're going on a weight loss journey. You may want to, become a part of a group that goes hiking or that likes to work out or bike ride. There are plenty of groups like where you are in your city that you could join based upon your interests, right? So that's one way. It's all about getting out there. If you want to grow in your career, hey, hang out with the folks who are kind of doing similar or, something in your unique career path. Go to some social networking events. You can meet people there. So sometimes you may have to shift away from the people that you grew up with, went to school with, not to say that you just won't entirely see those people anymore or hang out with them. Those are not your subset of people. Your subset of people are going to motivate you and inspire you. And they're going to motivate you and inspire you because they're doing the same thing too. They're out there getting it too. Just as much as, you're trying to grow, they're trying to grow as well. So get around some like-minded folk who have a growth mindset. So that's it, you guys. 5 simple steps. Narrowing your focus. 2, enhancing your learning skills and developing new skills. 3, building self-awareness. 4, prioritizing your spiritual, mental, and physical well-being. 5, building a supportive network. So there you guys have it, the 5 most simplest ways to start your personal growth journey. I hope this helps. Thanks for stopping by. If you also want to see some of the ways in which I'm trying to grow, scale my business, work and thrive as a private practice mental health practitioner, there are some videos as well on my channel that you can view, and hope to see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.